Hey everybody, what's up y'all? Tammy here. Let's talk Queen Sugar Season 1, Season 7, Episode 1, and When Great Souls Die. If you're brand new to my channel, I do breakdowns of various TV shows, both scripted and reality, interjecting my own thoughts, opinions, and theories into each and every recap. So if you enjoy that type of content, please consider subscribing to the channel, thumbsing up the video, and then hop into the comment section, y'all. Let's talk about what we liked, what we didn't like. What are some theories we have about this upcoming season of Queen Sugar, since it is the final season? If you guys have been watching Queen Sugar, you know how much of a labor of love this show is. It's good, wonderfully written, but it's draining because it's like they never can have too many good days in a row. You know what I mean? Like, we'll get to it, but like they just. Sheesh, I think it was like Rox that said, it's Rox on YouTube, that she once said that she doesn't watch it because they're like a modern day Good Times, where it's just like, what more can go wrong? You know what I mean? What more can go wrong? But let's go ahead and get started with the recap, all right? So it starts off with Ralph Angel and he's on a boat. And he's like getting nets and stuff together, so we can assume that he is a fisherman of some sort, or he's out fishing. So he's talking to an Asian guy that's on the boat with him, and that guy is saying, I know how much you miss your farm and all the other kind of stuff, but like, we're glad that you're here. You know what I mean? Ralph Angel is saying that he had to leave his farm because it didn't feel right with him taking the deal when all the other farmers put their trust in him. You know what I mean? I don't remember the deal exactly, but I do think that Ralph Angel was proposed with a deal that would save the Bordelon farm, but not necessarily save anybody else's farm. So because he tried to start up that co-op, he wanted to like be fair for the other farmers. Meanwhile, we see Darla at home with Aunt Vi in Hollywood, and they have their baby True, who is just an adorable little plump, gushy little chocolate drop. Oh, that is such a cute baby. Whoever baby that is such a cute baby. And Vi and Hollywood are very both enamored with the baby. We know that Hollywood has been wanting a baby. I don't know why he's with Vi's old ass. I don't like Vi, but I don't know why he's with Vi when it's clear that Hollywood, really wants a baby of his own. We saw that last season with the way that he was helping out with and like mentoring Paula J. Parker's son. So Darla is saying that she got 4 hours of sleep, 4 hours of glorious sleep. And Hollywood is like, if y'all need help with the baby for a day, just say the word. Say the word. Because remember, they're now living with Hollywood and Vi because they couldn't keep up with the payments on their house either, on their mortgage. So they kind of gave up everything to go and live there to kind of, get some of that strain off their back. I don't know why they didn't want to stay at Charlie's house, because Charlie offered her house, but whatever. And Darla is saying that she's not worried about herself. She's worried about Ralph Angel. So Ralph Angel is working 2 jobs, trying to, keep himself busy, trying to make some money for them. The co-op is not bringing in money just yet, so he's working as this fisherman to kind of make some money. So we find out Ralph Angel is back working on the docks. Remember, he had the little Asian girlfriend. So he's back working with her. He's telling her, how he wishes he would have been able to leave the farm to his kids. That's something that's been in their family for so many years. And he just wishes he would have been able to leave it to his kids. And she's kind of telling him, like, let me know if you need anything, I got you. She gives him a gift from her mom. Ralph Angel built like a pretty close relationship with her family when he was working there / dating her initially. So they're on good rapport with each other, even though, they've clearly both moved on, because homegirl, she now has her own boyfriend that was kind of looking Ralph Angel up and down. It's like, Ralph Angel don't want her no more. You ain't got to be rude. You ain't got to be rude, sir. So Ralph Angel gets home with the gift for little baby True, and he's trying to teach the baby sign language. And he's saying so that she can, before she can talk, so she can tell me what she wants. Vi is like, woo, y'all in this new age parenting. And she goes and gets a bone off the table and said the baby's teething. Just give her this. And Darla was like, absolutely not. We are raising a plant-based baby. And I said, okay, no judgment here. I'm not plant-based. I just had a whole steak for dinner. But that is not your place to get that baby a bone. I thought she was gonna like go get like a teething ring or something like that. You went and got a bone? What kind of bone? I can't. But I like the fact that Vi respected what Darla said and didn't cause a fuss, because, you know, Darla and Vi haven't always had the best relationship, okay? So we see Micah. Micah is FaceTiming Charlie. They announced, well, I read an article that Dawn, who plays, what's her name, like Dawn Gardner or something? Dawn, who plays Charlie, will only be appearing in like 6 or 7 episodes this season. So she's not going to be in the full season, because I guess because her character moved to California for the Senate race, they're just gonna, like, I guess not really show her. But if she's gonna be on FaceTime and stuff like that, y'all can save it. I don't like when they like telephone in castmates. Like, what else is she working on, the actress, that she couldn't film the whole season? This is the final season. Let's wrap up everybody's storyline, like, you know, fairly, like we're doing for other people's, but nonetheless. So Mike is FaceTiming Charlie and telling his mom, like, stop sending all these packages. You know, I don't have no more room in my apartment, whatever. It's a very brief scene with Charlie, with her saying, yes, you know, I got to go get to some campaign meetings, so I'll talk to you later. And that's it. Very brief. Very brief. So we didn't see that Micah has a girl over. And they have little, like, morning post-coital banter. And as the girl leaves, he gets a text from Isaiah, who was his roommate last year, the one that was gay, and that Micah thought that he was having feelings for, but they were really just like friendship, intimacy. It was a lot going on with Micah. He gets a text from him where he is like on the beach with some young sir. And he said that Mexico was going great for him. So I don't know if he's like living in Mexico or if he's visiting, but nonetheless, everybody seems to still be friends and everybody's okay. So we get to Prosper and Billy. So we see Billy, who was still there. I don't know if I like Billy. I didn't care for Billy last year because she was very high, you know what I mean, unnecessarily. But Billy keeps getting phone calls who Prosper is assuming it's from her estranged husband. You know, her and her husband were going through a divorce, or they were like separated. So he's assuming that those are those phone calls from him. Meanwhile, Prosper is out. He's dressed, got a little cologne on, said he's going to fix some things for Sandy. Remember, Sandy was the woman that came over. I think Sandy was like the nurse or the homemaid that came over to help take care of Prosper after he fell when they were out trying to get their vaccine, the COVID vaccines. What is that that's open? I don't remember what I opened and didn't close. I see a lid. I'll get to it. So she's kind of like pressing up on him, like, where are you going? He said, oh, he's just going to fix something for Miss Sandy. And Billy is like, well, I mean, you know, you done fixed her whole house by now, haven't you? Ain't too much more to fix. So they're having good banter. It's good to see them back together and having a somewhat healthy father-daughter relationship, because things were very estranged with them for a while. So we know that Billy is still there because she's working on getting this like settlement payment for the black farmers. The white farmers are now screaming reverse racism, because y'all know how they do. So that's what's really holding up the checks for some of the farmers that need that to like pay their mortgage and stuff, so they don't lose their houses or their farms. We see that Nova is still dating that creepy neighbor. I still don't know if I trust Dominic altogether, but they're still dating. They're official. This is the longest we've seen Nova like stay with somebody outside of the white man, the cop that was married, so he really don't count. But they're getting along great. They're getting along great. It seemed like they're real smitten with one another. So while they when they get back to Nova's house, because she wants to have just like a little lazy day, they find out that an article about the documentary that they put together, which is, so remember the Borderlones, Nova at the end of last season, right before Ralph Angel was getting ready to lose the farm officially to the Landrys because he remember broke in and stole that stuff. Nova was able to kind of try to get somewhat of a halt against the move of that, because she was able to say if there are bodies buried here or whatever, this is a historical landmark. So she did, like, they put out this big search where they're trying to get different names of different descendants that would help, validate that there are bodies buried on this land, which means that you can't just overturn it and turn it into the like strip mall or something that they're trying to do. So they're excited about that because it's published in like newspaper right on the top of on the online part. So we see Ralph Angel talking to Darla. He's hoping the co-op pans out because right now he's doing all this work for the co-op, not being paid for it. So because Ralph Angel is so in his feelings about losing the family land, he doesn't even drive by the land. So he takes the long way around to get to Vi's house. And I hope that they have a happy ending because Ralph Angel has had a time this series. So we get to Hollywood and Vi. They are at the restaurant with little baby True. And again, Hollywood is just super smitten with this baby. Super smitten. And you can see the way that Vi is looking at him. She knows that Hollywood truly wants a baby. It's nothing she can give him, but maybe, them being with True is going to curb that for now. So Joaquin, who is, I won't say he's an immigrant, but he's one of the, or was he an immigrant? I think he's been working at Vi's restaurant. He brings out some pie and tells her he made a twist on her blueberry pie. Just like a typical old lady, she starts fussing. Don't touch my recipe. Don't let it say Vi. Just eat the pie. Just eat the pie. They eat the pie and they find out it's really good. So she was like, thank you, but I don't pay you to cook. Not yet. So there's some hope because, like, she be real. Was he the one stealing out of her purse? He did something that Hollywood don't like him, but Vi feels bad for him because I believe his father got deported. Yes, his father got deported. And I think his mother might have gotten deported too. So she's like letting him work there and stuff like that. So she's trying to help. And she sees the potential in him. So he's like always kind of on pins and needles with her anyways. So we see Micah. Micah's headed to his photography class. And when he gets there, he sees Kiki. Remember, Kiki was his girlfriend back in high school. They ended up going to different colleges. But Micah's going to take a photography class that is about some guy that's very popular, probably like knowing Micah, probably like an activist or revolutionary person or something like that. So find out that Kiki is the TA. She was like, amongst other things, I said, oh, Kiki, don't be crass. But she was like, not like that. I run his NFT accounts for him. But you can see that Micah was like shook when he saw her. They might still have some feelings there. Everybody's grown now. It's been a couple years since high school. We've matured a little bit more. So we're going to see how that works out with the two of them. Mo Evans. All right, so Mo Evans is a woman that works for the Southern Louisiana Co-op Foundation groupage, whatever that's supposed to be. What that group is, they're supposed to be able to help these black farmers unite. So I think so that they can start getting some, so that they can start making money from the co-op that they were part of to save their land. So my Ralph Angel is banking on Mo Evans. He's been researching her, been watching her TED Talks, been sending everything out to all the farmers because he wants everybody to be prepared for when she comes, basically on some, we need her to believe in us, so I need y'all to act like y'all know what y'all are doing, basically. So while Ralph Angel's running around kind of like panicking, we see a group of old people, okay, what's her name, Parthena, talking to Prosper, talking about some, what's your intentions with Sandy? We ain't getting no younger. And if you ain't gonna be serious about her, step aside so somebody else can. I said, Prosper is like 85. Why, you think he about to get married? I mean, we see on the trailer for the entire season, looks like he does. But it's like, I didn't appreciate you grilling him. And Prosper's so precious. Prosper was like, let me go step aside. Don't do that to him. Don't be all up in his business like that. I didn't like that Parthena. So Mo Evans comes, and Ralph Angel is clearly starstruck, right? So he's excited. He's talking fast, and he's excited that she's there. Nova comes in, and boom, instant. They lock eyes. They're having sex with each other with their eyes. Like, it's instant chemistry between the two. I don't know. I thought for sure that it was going to be that Nova used to know her and messed around with her. But Mo Evans was like, Nora Bordelon, I've heard about you. I've read all your articles. Very impressive. You know, woo. And I was like, So Ralph Angel was like, Nova, I saw that. Don't pull a Nova. Basically, keep your legs closed, because when you bust it wide, okay, when you bust it, what did Miss Evelyn Missy say? Lay it low and spread it wide. When you bust it open, it gets messy. Nova is a very messy person. Nova is messy when it comes to relationships and dating and partners. So like, let's not. So the farmers are all gathered back into this open space, and of course that bald-headed man, I don't know what that farmer's name is, but that dark-skinned bald man that's always complaining, always just wants to be heard, always bitching, he's the main one. We ain't making no money, obviously. We know. That's why we here. We're trying to get some. So Ralph Angel is like, it's going to take a couple weeks, y'all. 1 or 2 weeks. So they're all, we need our money. We know, y'all. We know. It's not like Ralph Angel is intentionally keeping the money from y'all. I mean, y'all will get it when he gets it. So Mo stands up and was like, do you know how impressive it is what you guys are doing? You guys are part of like the 3% of like black farmers that actually own their land. So then she was like, so congratulations, I'm approving your application. Because I think she sees, one, how prepared Ralph Angel was for this, how organized they are, how much these people need this. So then Ralph Angel stands up and gives one of his impassioned speeches where he's on the tip, on the brink of crying, that tear about to roll down, but he holds it in. He holds it in, and it's like, we got to work together. All right. Okay. Don't cry, Ralph Angel. I want to get through. We almost got through this episode without a tear. Almost. So then at the end, we see a very handsome farmer named Kenny, one of the younger farmers, comes up to Billy and was like, we having a bonfire this weekend? You should roll through. Billy's old sourpuss face was like, I don't do bonfires anymore. Girl, it's a date. So he was like, okay, well, maybe we can get together. And he's like, he's super handsome. He's being very respectful. And she was like, I'm going to stop you right there. He was like, you know what? Don't even say nothing else, because I know it's maybe too soon, but I'm a very patient man, and I will be waiting. And I said, Billy, you better go. You better go, because you ain't getting no younger either. You ain't getting no younger either, Billy. So then we get a scene with Micah and Kiki. So they're walking. They must have linked up after class. And she's talking about like your family is like the squad is doing good. Your mom's all over the news. Your dad is killing it. I think his dad is like a college coach or a WNBA coach. So like the family's back in California. Micah said that he's not going back to Cali. He's in New Orleans. He's in Louisiana. This is where he wants to be. So Kiki pulls out a blunt, pulls out a little joint, and was like, come take a walk by the river with me. And Micah was like, I want to, but I got a christening. So Kiki like guilt trips him and was like, okay, guess you ain't as spontaneous as I thought. Oh my God. So then Micah gives in to peer pressure a lot. We saw that when they was like burning down the farms and the plantation houses and shit a couple seasons ago. So Micah like runs after her, and I'm like, don't show up to this christening high, because nobody wants to hear Envi's mouth. Okay, so we see a very cute scene with Prosper asking Sandy out on a date. She was like, it's about time, nigga. I was running out of things for you to come fix. So it's super, super cute. I'm excited for Prosper. You know, we almost lost him a couple seasons ago. So it's good to see him getting back out there, because he probably liked Vi's old ass, but she's with Hollywood, so whatever. Nova's back at home with Dominic, and Nova gets, she's on the phone with, I don't know if it's like an agent or something, but she gets offered a movie deal for her book in the high six figures, which can be closing in on $1 million. And I'm thinking, Nova, absolutely not. Not the book where you told the world that Charlie was helping pay off Davis's hoes. Not the book where you talk about Aunt Vi was getting beat by her husband and still stayed. Not the book where you talk about your father could have sort of somewhat maybe supposedly killed somebody and buried them on the land. Not the book where you out rough Angel as not being Blue's father. That's the book. You shouldn't even be entertaining that, Nova, because you just got back cool with your family. Just. Nonetheless, she's celebrating, and then it was like, I can't do this. And it's like, no, you can't. You can't. We have Truth's christening. Blue. I just realized their names are Blue and True. We're at Truth's christening. Blue. Who looked like he hasn't aged at all. Where was this film? Or do they just? I don't know. He looks like he hasn't aged at all. And then Charlie are on FaceTime. It's a very cute christening. It's great. True did wonderful. You know, some babies be up there howling like crazy from the couple of sprinkles of water on their head when they get baptized. But True took her like a champ. Back at the house, Micah and Nova are talking, and he's talking about Kiki, and he is rambling. Today was weird. Like, wow. Like, I saw all these things. Like, it was weird. She was like, are you high? And I said, you know, Nova knows, because Nova would be just blazed. So he was like a little, she was like, okay, get it together, get yourself together, and then come on and join the rest of the family. The relationship that Nova has with Micah is great. Because where Charlie was more rigid and probably strict, he always felt more comfortable going to Nova and being able to just have a conversation with her. And when you have that in like an older person, an aunt or an older cousin, like, it's great. So like they know that Micah's in good hands, even though Charlie and Davis went back to California. So we get the scene with Nova and Billy are in the kitchen, and Billy was like, "Girl, you about to get a movie. That is dope." And Nova was like, No. Don't make me regret telling you. And Billy is like, I can keep a secret. I mean, now, because I'm grown. Billy was immediately like, put me in a movie. I know I'm not in the book, but like you can like, you know, make up some type of scene. You know, we used to hang out by the truck, and it's like, Billy, why are black people like this? Nova ain't gonna do the casting. Nova don't need to do the movie, but Nova's not gonna do the casting. But that was hilarious. And then Vi comes in the scene. I do not like Vi. I do not like Vi. So the final scene is Ralph and the family. They're outside, Ralph Angel, and they have a book, which is the first piece of property that the family ever owned. In the back of the book, they have like an outline of the land and how much land they own. In the front of the book, they have everybody's, like, all their descendants, all their birthdays. So all the kids and all that type of stuff. Ralph Angel gives a speech where we get that tear, where he talks about how he was not able to write Blue's name in the book because he was in jail. So even though his father handled that for him, he's excited and happy and honored and proud that he can now write his daughter's name into the book. We know that True is named after Ralph Angel's mother. So while we're doing this, and it's a kumbaya moment, of course, because nothing ever stays happy in this family. Nothing. Landry shows up, Sam Landry, and he is thanking Nova. Thank you, girl, because of all your hard work. We were able to see the names of all these people that were buried here, and come to find out his daughter Parker, her people are buried on this land. And Parker does not want her name to be a part of, she doesn't want her ancestors to be a part of a historical landmark. So Parker's going to get that overturned, because it must be that all you need is one person to say, nah, we don't want no parts of this. And they're going to pave over it and start this farm. Now, I don't know what's going on with Vi and Sam. I don't know if they used to be together or what, but I feel like they always are talking in like some type of secret code where she's like, don't do this, Sam. You know what I mean? Like, you know why. You know what's going to happen. And he was like, you left me no choice. And I said, what's tea? Because y'all have been having this like secret conversation where you know him, but you didn't really want anybody to know that you knew him. And like, did y'all used to fuck back in the day? I want to know what's going on with Sam Landry and Vi. Alright, if you made it this far through the video, let me know what you thought about the episode down below. If you have not already, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and thumbs up the video. I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.